Welcome everyone to my Maiden Voyage podcast, episode 1 of The Mysterious Huntsman, where every episode will be filled with accounts of the weird and unexplained, told by you, the listeners. Danny has been exploring some of the most amazing and creepy buildings I've ever seen. And I love his videos, and you're going to see some amazing things that happen to him that are just unexplainable. So sit back and enjoy exploring with Danny.
Hey, good morning, Danny. How are you doing, man?
Morning, mate. You okay?
Yeah, doing well. Well, actually, it's afternoon for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we're just out driving in the sun at the moment. I was waiting for your car.
All right, sounds good, man. I won't take too much of your time. I just wanted to have you on, and I really wanted to get to know who you are and how you got started, and just get a few of the stories or some of the amazing accounts that you've ran across. Man, I love your YouTube channel. I've seen most of your videos, and there are some just standout, amazing videos. I know you know the ones I'm talking about, like the nun, and then getting attacked by poltergeist and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Man, you're either really crazy or just really brave. I haven't figured that. I haven't figured that out yet. But man, Danny, welcome to the Mysterious Huntsman podcast, and I'm just going to let you tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, I'm exploring with Danny. I did open a YouTube channel. I have with Exploring with Danny. I've also got a page called The Exorcisms page, which is on Facebook. We did start off with me and my girlfriend and my brother exploring with Andy. My girlfriend's exploring with Felicity. And we just was all talking one day because we was watching a few YouTube videos with about exploring with fighters. I don't know if you've heard of him. And exploring with Josh. So we thought we'd get out there and give it a go ourselves. So we ended up giving it a go. And we liked it, and we just not looked back ever since, really. Enjoyed it all. Amazing.
Yeah, it looks like it. So, did you start out doing the paranormal or going in there, or were you just exploring old abandoned buildings at first just for fun?
Well, I started off exploring abandoned buildings, and the feeling you got was like it was like some sort of an adrenaline rush, like you was going to the dentist for your first time. That's how it felt. But you sort of get used to that feeling now, the more times like I've done it. And then I met a paranormal team, and they was using some like ghost spirit boxes and stuff like that. And I thought, I'm going to give this a try myself. So I give it a try, and we started getting activity. Then I was getting stuff on pictures. And then I thought, there must be something like life after death. So we just carried on. And then I ran into certain things when I was in these buildings, and it was pretty scary. And then that's when I believed in ghost things. I never used to believe in anything. I used to be one of them people what would say, nah, that's a load of cotton ball. I don't believe in that stuff. But obviously now, since I've done it all, I just 100% believe in it all. I mean, I've been attacked physically when I've been in like buildings and stuff like that, which is really crazy. Something I never thought would happen.
Yeah, that was...
It's ever since we played the Ouija board, though, when I noticed the activity happening, and we played it with a guy called Creepy Explorers, and he came along with us, and we all played the Ouija board because he seemed to know what he was doing with the Ouija board. So ever since we played the Ouija board in the chapel, that's when certain activities started happening, and we did go back to the chapel. Well, I did on my own. I was exploring the chapel one night on my own. And I seen some sort of figure. I don't know if it was someone messing about or what it were, but no one knew I was going to that building that night. So it was just a bit mysterious, and it played on my mind for quite a while. I went back a couple of weeks ago on my own again, and I was just doing a normal explore, but I was doing like some sort of a / paranormal, and I seen like a face stood in the window, and I absolutely ran for my life. I mean, I didn't know what it were. I just looked, I seen it, my legs turned to jelly, and I just had to get out of there. But when I was stood outside, I never noticed it until I got home. But when I looked back a few times on the video, it was in the window. But while we was doing spirit in the window, or whatever, I don't know if it was a spirit or whatever it were, whatever people want to call it, there was something on the roof, and it was moving at the same time as the whatever was in the window. So I did have quite a few people saying, "Oh, it's got to be fake, the video," but it's impossible to fake a video with something being in the window and something being on the roof at the same time. I mean, the roof, there's no roof on the roof, if you know what I'm saying. There's no tiling of anything on the roof. So it was just a bit mysterious how something was stood there when there was no roof there. It was just crazy.
Yeah. I want to encourage everyone out there to check out your channel, Exploring with Danny, because these are some of the best apparition or footages or whatever these guys are. They're some of the best I've ever seen, and it's really it's really unnerving. And I just got a quick question for you. So when you let me back up. Do you think that the more that you guys seek out this stuff or play with the Ouija board, do you think it keeps opening up more and more to you, or you just happen to be in the right place at the right time?
Well, I've had a few stuff happen at home ever since I've done the Royal Infirmary Hospital. One night we was going to bed, me and my partner, and there was sprinklings on the bed of the painting from the hospital, which I never brought any of that home with me. And I always change my clothes because I have the change of clothes in the boot of my car, you see. And it baffled the both of us, and we both looked at each other and thought, how the hell has that paint got on the bed from that abandoned building? And it had the same smell of the building. So we had to wash the sheets and stuff like that. But then when we play the Ouija board and stuff, it just seems to attach itself. I think it's towards me, because when we mention my name in these abandoned places, that's when this stuff happens the mostly, which I find really, really peculiar.
Right. Yeah, and from what I've been told, I mean, I've been on several of these investigations myself, exploring some of the older abandoned buildings, and I don't think I've ever had this happen, but I've heard several accounts where things can attach themselves and follow you back home. I think it's something you would have to really be careful about. But man,
I mean, there was another incident where me and my partner was having a little drink one night, and we'll just have a little wine night on a Friday night on a film, and she was in the living room. I went in the kitchen and got a drink, but then I needed another drink, so I went back in to pour myself a bit more wine in the kitchen, and all the cupboard doors was open in the kitchen. So I've come back in. I said, "Are you playing games with me?" She said, "You know, I've been sat in here, and none of us have been upstairs." So that really freaked me out. And there was one night when I was in bed, and that was only a couple of weeks ago, and we dry our clothes on like a maiden. It's like a maiden where you dry your clothes next to the radiator. And in the night, we was asleep, and it flew on the bed, on top of me.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I have been and seen a priest and stuff, to do an exercise in my house and stuff with smoke and that, and he has been and done that. But I said, but what if it's attached to me? Because even though they've done it, we're still getting the activity and stuff.
Right.
But I've never been harmed, though. I've never been scratched or bit or anything like that. So I'm just thankful that none of that's happened yet. But I'm happy to share anything with anyone, when stuff are happening. And I am thinking of doing a couple of filming at home while I am asleep at night to see if we can capture anything.
Yeah, that would be a very good idea.
Because I think it'd be interesting for everyone.
Yeah, and you may not like what you hear when you wake up in the morning.
I'll probably end up destroying the video.
Yeah, or time to move,
Yeah. Well, we are moving because of it. We are moving in a few weeks because of that reason.
Oh, wow.
We have just got a new house because of that, so we're going to leave that house where it is, and hopefully nothing has attached itself, but if it has, then I'm going to try and find out what I can do next after that.
Yeah, I know I'll stay in touch or stay tuned with you. I want to watch to see if something follows you to your new house. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, that'd be fine. That would.
And you're in Manchester, is that right, in the UK?
I am in Bacup at the moment. It's sort of in the middle of England, near Yorkshire.
Nice. So you've got so much to explore over there. I'm jealous. I mean, here in the States we have a lot, but it seems like I don't know what it is, but it seems like over in your area, things are just a lot cooler, you know, just like you got castles and just older stuff to get into and adventure in. So, man,
I have done. Go on, sorry.
No, I was going to say I may have to get over there one day and just go with you and just, you know, see how these things go, or I may be too scared. I don't know, but I would definitely try it.
Yeah, it'd be cool that to link up with you definitely anytime.
Yeah, and if you're ever here in the States, I'm kind of based out of the Nashville, Tennessee area, the big home of country music. So if you ever get in this area,
wow, you're far away from me.
yeah, very much so. And that kind of brings me to I saw, you know, we have our own what's called Area 51 here in Nevada.
Amazing.
Yeah. And you had a video called The Real Area 51 where, you know, you saw a black van, Men in Black, and it was just incredible. I mean, tell me, if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about that and what goes on at that Area 51 or you guys' Area 51.
Well, we believed we named it the Area 51 because we believed it's something similar to the Area 51. Because I've watched a couple of YouTube videos about the real Area 51 in America, and then we went there, and then we seen this black van. It was approaching us, and then they had alarms going off, and me and exploring with Andy was sort of like scared. We was hiding behind things, and then we seen lights coming towards us, and we could hear dogs. I was running one way, he was running another, and then we just tried getting out of there. But then by the time we got off there, we ended up on some there was like a mad fence with like electric running through it, and we had to sort of scale it somehow. And my leg touched it, but I never got zapped for some reason. And we ended up on a big long slip road with loads of cars coming past and stuff. But we was just thankful that we got out of there, really. But what we do is we try and document whatever we can, just to bring something new to the channel, really, so everyone can see it.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing.
We are going to. There is another place. It's somewhere down south, London way. We are that's supposed to be the real Area 51, so we are going to head up there and check that out too, because apparently the feds turn up every time people go near there, so we're going to try and sneak on there and see what we can film.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Now, how close are you to, or have you heard of the Rendlesham Forest incident?
No.
Or I think it's called the Bentwaters Air Force Base, and I don't know my geography over there at all, but that supposedly in that area, and if you get a chance to look it up, a really big UFO account occurred in the late 80s, I think, around December, and where a lot of soldiers and even high-ranking officials actually saw, and one of them even touched a craft that landed in the Rendlesham Forest area. But it was on a military base, a joint military base between us and you guys. But man, it's amazing accounts, and
that'd be nice to check out that place, definitely.
Yeah. I may have to make a special trip. Yeah. I've researched that place for years. I'm kind of a really big UFO nut, and more so than a lot of the ghost and other stuff. But I like to hear.
Well, I do love my first number one thing. What I used to love the most was UFO sightings and UFOs. I used to love watching it on YouTube. And then I started getting into the exploring, but I still love space, time, UFOs, geography, history. I love it all.
Yes. Yeah. Same here. And I also want to know about. I watched one video where you were almost pulled down into a hole, or not almost. You were pulled down into a hole, and it freaked me out. And I know it freaked you out, but you were in an abandoned.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was supposed to do a Facebook Live there the other night, and I went down to do the live, but I thought I'd make a video because I know people like the videos. And I thought, I'm not going to get much here. I'm not really going to get much on the EVP. It's just going to be another night where I just go out and don't really get much, just a few bangs. But we ended up getting some bangs. A good few bangs I was getting. And then I just thought I'd do a quick EVP. So I set my camera up on the windowsill. And I sat on like a piece of wood thing, like sort of joist, what was in the middle of the floor where the floorboards sit on. And as I was sat on it, something had grabbed my leg and was pulling me into the hole, and I was trying everything in my power to try and pull myself back out. And then, as quick as anything, it just stopped. As quick as anything, like there was nothing there. And then I just got myself back out the hole. But I was scared. I just got out the window. I ended up dropping my equipment on the floor.
Yeah,
it was just really, really scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I said, these are the best videos I've seen, and I mean, you can see the actual fear in your face, and you can hear it in your voice. It's amazing.
Yeah. Minus the swearing.
Well, hey, anything goes when you get that scared. But man, I can't tell you how brave you are just to keep going back over and over and over again.
It's just because I want to show like people what's actually out there. I mean, a lot of people watch films and stuff and science fiction films. I'm bringing the real stuff. I'm bringing real life, what happens in real life. I mean, since I've been doing this, I look at life now at a different sort of way than the way I used to look at it. I find it a little bit mysterious and weird.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot out there that people just, they won't open their minds or open their eyes to, but there's so much out there that's unexplained, and we just
they need to,
yeah, and I appreciate guys like you that get out there and risk everything just to bring this stuff forward.
Yeah, I do tend to be careful though when I'm in the buildings. At first, I never used to. I ended up having a little accident. I fell down into like a basement. I didn't get hurt. I just had a few scratches. And after that, when I'm in buildings now, I always make sure I watch where I'm walking. So I do advise anyone who's doing the exploring or taking it up to always look ahead, have good lighting, and always watch the steps by steps, and that you're not going to step on anything sharp like needles and stuff like that, or maybe fall down into an hole where they can hurt themselves. Right.
And I've started doing it myself, but in years past. But I've noticed you wear a mask or a respirator just to kind of keep your lungs safe from the asbestos or any mold or anything like that in there. Is that kind of why you do that?
That's the reason why I do that. Yeah, I do get a lot of people what say, why are you wearing the mask, why are you hiding your face? But it's not the fact I'm hiding my face. It's just because I'm protecting my lungs. At the end of my videos, I always do pull my mask down, sometimes on occasions. But when you're in them buildings, you've got to put safety first, 100%. I mean, your lungs, you only get one set of lungs, so you've got to look after them.
That's right.
And asbestos is really dangerous.
Yeah, it is. And I know some of the more damp regions or the hot tropical type stuff, you have to be wary about mold, black mold. Mold can really make you sick, and it can almost overnight change your life. So,
but it can give you pneumonia. So if you do breathe any of that in, it can lay on your lungs, and you will get pneumonia from it.
Yeah.
So it will. It can put you in a critical way. So you've got to be really, really careful.
Yeah. Now, Danny, do you do this full time, or what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I used to do the roofing in the roofing trade, but I got laid off. So when I got laid off, I just started doing this. I do buy and sell cars at the moment, so I love anything to do with cars, fixing cars, buying and selling cars. It's amazing. But in my spare time, I just do this. But I tend to do it as much as I can, really, to bring as much like real life stuff to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, because I also get pictures and all, you see, so I have an Instagram page.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And I guess the reason I said all that was to say, I mean, I hope you can continue to do this full time. I mean, because like I said, I love tuning in, and I think you got something good. I'm not really doing it to get a living out of it, really. If being, in my honest opinion, I'm like everyone else is, or like when they get to like 2,000 subs and stuff, they're doing like Patriot pages and stuff like that. But I've said to everyone who like watches me, my fans and stuff, I'll never set up a Patriot page or never charge anyone for anything. I just, because I know what chose to bring this to everybody, so I want to prove that this stuff and that there's life after death. So I'm not out there to like take anyone's money or anything. I'm just out there to prove and put the proof in the pudding that things do exist in this world. Right. And I think I heard you even on a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's just nice to share it all with everybody.
Yeah,
because there's not many people what can get out in the world. You see, there's quite a lot of disabled people. There's people what are old. There's people what are scared of going out. There's people what would be scared to go into these buildings. They might want to do it, but they might be scared to. So I'm just out there doing it for everyone, really, just to put a smile on everyone's face, make everyone happy.
Or keep everyone awake at night for bad dreams. So.
Definitely.
But and I've heard you on a few podcasts here in the States. I think I may have heard you first, or heard you on the Confessionals podcast, which I love, with Tony Merkel.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man, he sounds so humble and awesome, down to earth. I hope to get to speak to him one day.
Yeah,
but
that was on the chapel video. That
yes,
with the nun. Yeah,
yeah, and I'm telling you that the nun is still by far the craziest thing I've seen. And
it's crazy, isn't it?
Oh my
it
gosh!
Really is.
Yeah, like I said, it's some of the best footage I've ever seen. And I don't know how you didn't just kind of drop dead from a heart attack right there, but you did the best thing.
I actually fell on the floor and winded myself that night. As I was running out, my legs just turned to jelly. I couldn't feel my legs.
Yeah.
I think it was shock.
Yeah, I'm sure, man.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind, could you just run us through a little bit of that night, just to give the listeners something to go on, and then I hope they'll tune into your page as well.
Yeah, sure, yeah. On the night, I said to my girlfriend, because we do have a little boy. So I said I'm going out tonight. So I ended up getting my exploring stuff ready. Then I said, right, I'm just gonna go and do a little explore at the chapel. So I went to the chapel. I was just gonna do a normal video for everyone. Talk everyone through like what state the building's in and stuff. And as I was walking through, I think I shined my torch up at one of the doors because it looked very creepy and dark. So I shined it down there and said something like along the lines like, check that door out. It's really creepy down there. And then I ended up hearing a little noise. It was like a tap noise. So then I looked to my right, and as I looked to my right, I could see like a black figure, and it had the whitest face I've ever seen, but it looked like it had no eyes. And my heart went into my stomach. My legs just turned to jelly, and at that moment, the first thing I done was just run. But as I run, I think I either tripped like on something, and then I was running out, and then my legs went like, it was like something was like, like when someone tickles you as a kid and you get that feeling in your stomach. It was like that, but in my legs, and my legs just dropped, and then it felt like I couldn't breathe. I was like, my heart was pounding. I tried getting out. I was slipping because there was big boulders, but I had to watch it because if I slipped, I could bang my head, and there was pretty big tombstones and stuff around, so I didn't want to bang my head on anything. Then I had to like get over a big fence and stuff, and then I got home. I told my wife. She said, "Get out of here! I don't believe you." I said, "I've got it on video." So I showed her the video. She was shocked, real shocked.
Yeah, as we all are, man. I still can't believe you do this by yourself, but
I know, it's crazy. Everyone says it.
Yeah, but it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And this was an old chapel, right? That used to have. Was it like a convent or something that had nuns?
1800s it were. There had been nuns there. Apparently, one of the priests had died there. And someone said, because I was speaking to an old chap who lives facing the chapel, because he was asking me what was I doing around there because they could see me lights, and then I was telling him this is a different night when I'd been, and he was telling me the history about it, saying that a little boy had passed away there. The priest had passed away there, and that he still haunts the grounds to this day.
Wow.
And a couple of years back in the history, it's somewhere on Google. They weren't too much on the history from what I've read, but apart from the only creepiest part was a couple of kids went in there somewhere when they was teenagers and said they seen something, and they all ran out.
Wow,
so what they seen, I don't know, but it'd been nice to try and find out what they seen. I mean, was it the nun? Was it the priest?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to find out what they did actually see, like, because it'd be nice if it was the same thing I seen then.
Well,
because that's like two accounts and not one then.
Right. And I have to ask, what do you think's going on? I mean, at the end of the day, is this an afterlife situation? Is this, do you think it's demonic? Or what do you think's going on?
Well, you get all sorts of thoughts, really. I mean, there's a possible there could always be someone there, like, messing around, trying to scare you. But if they were trying to scare you, what they're doing in that building at that time of night? I mean, there would have to be a weird person, like an axe murderer or something, to be in there at night. So I wasn't stopping to ask the name or anything. I just thought, I'm getting out of here. But if it were something like a demon or something, then I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But I think I'd be even more scared if it was a demon. Yeah, I know they can do stuff to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think sometimes if we go looking for anything, that just gives them a doorway to try and mess with us, I guess.
Yeah, but looking at its facial features, like we're having no eyeballs, because it looked like it had no eyes. It could be possible it was a demon, because it couldn't have been a ghost, because a ghost, it's like you see it in movies and stuff like that. They sort of on pictures, they sort of see through. This had shoulders and arms, and just like it looked like it had a full body.
Yeah, it did. It looked like a very, very solid mass.
Yeah.
And
it just looked really, really weird.
Yeah, that's an understatement, man. But yeah, I mean, there are all kind of theories about the ghost, or maybe if it's like a residual haunt. If these things they don't seem to notice that you're there. They're going about their daily lives, and there's so many theories about that. And then there's the intelligent haunts, where if you like you're getting EVPs, you're getting specific answers to questions you're asking, or if you're getting actual interaction with these guys. And then, you said,
apparently I've had the clearest EVPs. What most people said they've ever heard.
Oh yeah, the Zuzu or Zozo. Oh my goodness, man, that
was crazy.
Yeah,
that was in the biggest asylum in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
Down in South Wales, it was absolutely creepy. Honestly, it really was.
Well, all I know, I'm going to have to start saving my money. I've got to get over there and come hang out with you.
Definitely.
I want to see this stuff, man. I've had a few encounters over the years, but nothing to your magnitude. And I got to try and make that happen somehow. But man, I don't want to keep you any more of your time on a Saturday. I know you probably got to get out to some crazy asylum and get thrown around, against the wall.
Yeah.
Because I know you're looking forward to that. So, yeah, man, I just want to thank you so much for coming on and kind of telling everybody what's going on with you over there. And
nice to meet you. Nice to speak to you. Really, really, really great guy. I've enjoyed it. Yeah,
man, you too. And look, reach out to me anytime. I know. We're connected on Facebook, and we have information. But anytime you want to talk, or anytime you need something, man, just shoot me a text. I'll be glad to have you on, or we can just talk and hang out. So,
okay, then, mate. Yeah, sure. Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, and man, and if you want to, tell everyone all the places are on the internet they can find you.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, so Exploring with Danny on YouTube. And do you have a Exploring with Danny Facebook page as well, right?
Yeah, I've got the page what you're on. I've got the exorcisms page, and I've also got my YouTube channel, which I do have all the links for them.
Okay, cool.
If that's any help.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm when I post this podcast, I'm going to put the links up there as well, because I really want everyone to touch base with you, if you don't mind, and just you may be getting some more viewers.
Yeah.
But man,
thank you for that. Anyway, I really appreciate it. I really do.
Well, no, it's my pleasure, man. I'm just getting started in this. I probably
Yeah.
I may have 3 followers, and 2 of them might be my sisters, and one's a friend. But we're gonna get this thing out, and we'll.
Could you send me the link to your channel at all? Because I'd like to check out your channel, like on the night time when I'm sat in bed, because I like to listen to the stories and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yours will be the first. Yours will be the first story. So, okay, I will definitely send that to you, and we'll just stay in touch, man. And
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. Cheers. Thank you.
And that's a wrap for this episode of Mysterious Huntsman, episode 1, Exploring with Danny. Stay tuned, as each week I'm going to have a different guest on telling us their incredibly true stories according to them. So thanks for tuning in to Mysterious Huntsman. And if you have a story you'd like to tell, check out my Facebook page and send me a message.